Okay guys, I thought I'd go through the homework that's due for Monday, just so you're crystal clear on what you have to do. The first page, mind map 1, you should have done this already. You've got the contextual challenge, one of the 3 contextual challenges in the middle, and then from that you analyse it under different headings, such as materials, such as users, such as events, and you have a good example of that. The sun's come out and it's all a bit shadowy. Okay, second page, no surprises. Second, mind map, exactly the same. And of course, if you go out far enough to like what I've called like the third, fourth orbit, what you'll get is scenarios, what you'll get is problem situations, call it whatever. But those could be potential projects. And if I was you, I would highlight those. That takes us neatly on to exploring scenarios. I want you to write 5 paragraphs, and they should be taken from the scenarios identified on the first 2 pages. From those scenarios, identify, highlight words which are important, and then explore that specific scenario through writing, through highlighting, through pictures, just so we get a good idea of what you would be doing if you were to embark on that project. You electronics kids, you could also do a system diagram. For example, you could do the inputs being push to make buttons or an LDR or a moisture sensor. The process being Genie 14, Genie 8, 14 probably, and then the outputs could be a buzzer. They could be a light, for example. Okay, that's page 3, all done. Page 3 down the bottom, good. And then we got page 4, client profile. First part, explore the problem, 600 characters. Unsurprisingly, this can be taken largely from one of the scenarios you have already written up. Next bit, explore the client, 600 characters plus. So this is looking into the person, how old they are, where they live, what they do for a job, all those different things that I have included on that picture of the board, and I've uploaded to your team. So 2 different areas to do there. Also 7 plus at least 7 questions, and you're going to interview your client. Write the question back, write the response in red, but not all of the response, because make sure you record the interview. Only write down the relevant data. So if you're having a chat, don't worry about that. Just write down the answers to the question. I suppose if you're having a chat and you come across some other bits and pieces, that could be included at the bottom of the page here. But I've got 1 question there. I've got my 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th there. And you can see what I've said is summary in red. In addition, what we need is also include needs and wants from the interview. So work out if it's a need or a want. If they would like the product to be red, that's a want. If they need it to support their weight, that is a need, isn't it? Okay, so needs and wants, include all those. I would have thought you've got at least 7 of those. And also include potential spec points. Every need is going to be a potential spec point. Also, I imagine there'll be other potential spec points gleaned from that interview. And that neatly takes us on to the mood board. So this is what we've been working on. It's Wednesday today, Thursday, Friday as well, I think for some of you. I want pictures associated with the product, with your design taste, with the user's design taste. So one of the questions on the previous page may well be, do you prefer modernism? Do you prefer Art Deco? Do you prefer Bauhaus? Ask them what types of design they like, what type of art they like, what type of fashion they like. Excuse me. What I want on this page, I want 25 plus images, relevant images. I imagine they're all going to be about 3 centimeters in height, and I would like them set out in the middle of the page, because around the outside here, I would like your user to give you some feedback, some annotation on those images. So we begin to understand how that client, how that user is thinking. 25 plus images, 5 drawn images. I want you to draw images, what you think could be a potential design of your product. I would have thought these take no more than 1 minute each, okay? Make sure they're different. Then we may know if they prefer something which is square in aesthetic. We may know whether they prefer something high or low, or for example, something they can wear or something they can push. So put some designs down here, and then hopefully we can understand a bit more from the client. And as I've said, right at the bottom there, feedback from the client on all of this work. That's the mood board. That is page 5, and that's it done. All right, guys, I hope that makes sense. All due in for Monday. D of E, not D of E, whether you're going back to Hong Kong or whatever you're doing, this work is due in. If it's not due in, I've sent Wednesday detentions. Fantastic on 6 minutes.